The little dots lead you to the trailhead. As you see, it's part of the Mountain to Sea Trail. Right up there, you may not be able to see it, is the Blue Ridge Parkway. So this pathway is, or this trail is paralleling the Blue Ridge Parkway. It is a hot day, relatively speaking. It's about 95, 90, lower 90s down in the Piedmont, and up here on the Blue Ridge Escarpment, about 3,500 feet. It's hot in the sun during the afternoons, but it's really not that bad. And hiking is perfect because there's all shade. Look at this. So it's not bad at all. Whoops. About to get into a hot place here now. Look at this little stretch right here. Butterflies and bees are quite busy on this thistle. Wow, look, the trail goes back into the woods, and there's a nice breeze blowing now. It's cool and refreshing. Wow, look at this tunnel, almost. And this big boulder or strata that's just pointed straight up almost. There are no other rocks around here. Here's some more rock strata. Look how this tree is leaning against the rock, sort of flattened out. The Mountains to Sea Trail starts, I believe, in the Smoky Mountains National Park and goes down to the Outer Banks. And I wonder how many people have actually did the whole trail, because I'm not sure if it's complete all the way. It may have some sections that are missing and still a project. Well, look here. We have an intersection. This is the Brinegar Cabin. That's where I'm going. And let's take a look here. We have the Cedar Ridge Trail. 4.3 miles to the road. Flat Rock Ridge Trail. Basin Cove Overlook. Basin Cove is a creek. And look at this white quartz rock. It's quite common here on the mountain. Look, something has been chewing on this mushroom. The trail is dropping down into a hollow, or so it would seem. Yep, there's the parking lot. Look at this rock work around the parking lot. I bet it was done by the CCC in the 30s. They did a lot of projects here. Well, let's go down and check it out. We'll go the back way here. Well, let's see how the garden doth grow. You got beans, sorghum. It's bean vine. Yeah, it's down in a wind gap or gap in the mountains. Can you imagine the wind blowing in here in the wintertime? Whoa. Some of those are gourds, and some of these are herbal flowers and herbal, I guess, medicines. A mountain home, keeping it warm. All the materials of Martin Brinegar needed for a building came from here on the farm. Trees, rocks, even clay. He built it in his spare time. Cedar shakes on the roof. A little bit fancier because these are machined. He had to do his own. Yeah, it's an outdoor pantry. Outdoor pantry. The upper level is granary. They kept dried corn and buckwheat, hung their herbs to dry. After they butchered the hogs, they cured the meat in salt and kept it in the meat box here. Look at that fancy rock porch going up to it. All right, let's check out the yeah, we got a churn, and we got there's a wood maul, a bee gum, wooden buckets, a tater hoe, gourds. Of course, they use gourds a lot. This is a fodder chopper. Wood plane. Yeah, this is for processing the flax. The scrub broom. Broad axe. Chisel. Sorghum, and an auger. Of course, there's the well house down there. Ah, yes, the back porch. I bet they sat out here and rocked a lot. Now, you can sort of see in the far background that it's much lower. So this is the escarpment. This is the eastern escarpment of the Blue Ridge Parkway right here. I'm guessing this would be the spring. Let's see, yeah, exactly right. Mountain Spring, cool mountain spring inside this building is both source of refreshing water and cooler for perishable items. But it's nice to have a spring. I love spring water. But they had to haul it up the hill. Look. Can you imagine all the work the kids did to haul it up to the house? Well, let's see what the spring looks like here. Yeah, there's the spring. Look at this huge white oak tree growing right at the spring. There's no telling how old this thing is. It's got a good source of water right at its feet. The Brinegars were known to say that the water was always 2 degrees colder than the mornings. And look, the mountain to sea trail continues into the woods where it's nice and cool from the Brinegar Cabin. Now look at this. This is a gap. And this is looking north. Can you imagine the cold wind coming through this gap in the wintertime? Whoa. This is a locust tree. Locust wood is very durable. And look at the base of the tree. It grew on a rock. Making linsey woolsey. The lady of the house she would make her clothes from a fabric called linsey woolsey on a loom. Wow. Made from flax. Retting, breaking, scratching, hackling, spinning.
Yes, sir.
Quite a description there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a whole lot fewer steps to process wool. Trust me on this one.
Pretty much
Yeah.
all the bases are covered.
I haven't heard of scratching.
This is the scratching board.
Scratching.
I am scratching the flax.
Oh, okay.
Great way to take out your aggressions.
You're just cleaning the fibers,
I'm
what you're
getting
doing.
the outer husk or shell of the plant and leaving behind the fiber,
Uh-huh.
a very tensile fiber.
That's a neat.
And then what would be retting?
Retting is rotting the plant itself to get the outer shell off easier.
Uh-huh.
That's how the outer shell is removed from the fiber. And I'm having a really hard time with this supposed retted flax. I'm going to
Retting means rotting, so it has to be
Rocking.
rotting, as
It's
in
an-
R-O-T-T,
Uh-huh.
like an old English word
Uh-huh.
for rot.
and various ways to do
Rock, R-O-C-K.
R-O-T.
it. Rot.
Oh,
Like
rot,
cake.
rot.
It smells like dead
Decay,
stuff,
decompose.
Okay.
Yeah.
and it does.
Isn't it fun wearing masks?
And then what is this?
This
This
is
is
the hackles. Like
hackles,
what
and
your
that's when
dog
you
has
when
on.
you first.
Yeah. See what I'm doing?
Uh,
Now I'm separating the fibers
right.
to get them to a spinnable state. And it's a lot of work. People, you would not have complained about your shirt when you were handed your flax shirt, your linen.
It took a lot of work,
your
didn't it?
linen shirt, right?
Right.
It may have been linsey woolsey.
Which is what Caroline made, so that
Yeah.
requires the wool and the flax.
Uh-huh.
And they raised sheep here.
It's a combination of wool.
And then this.
This,
Right.
The
this,
flax is the
this
wax and
is
wool
the
is
initial
wax, because flax is the
procedure
First-
stronger
of
fiber.
breaking the outer
Uh-huh.
shell off
Yeah.
of the plant.
Okay.
And then you go to the scutching board to remove more, hopefully
Wow.
the rest of it.
There are
And
a lot
then-
of steps in this process,
There were.
aren't
And
there?
you
Wow.
would not have had but a couple of shirts to wear.
Yeah.
Right.
And you
that
took
reason.
care of them too, huh?
Oh yeah, and well, the
You had one for week and one for church. That was
but it
kind
was
of
very
Uh-huh.
durable.
Yeah.
Very durable.
And everybody knew how to mend. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you sewed it back. I tell the kids when I'm showing wool that they had to be nice to their elder siblings because the girls were spinning the wool.
Now, have you've probably heard of a tow-headed boy?
Yes.
Tow-headed, that
Uh-huh.
refers to
White
the
hair.
color
White
of
hair.
his hair. This is tow.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, the shorter stuff's toe, but yeah.
Kind of fluffy white hair.
Yeah, my daddy was a towhead. Lord, he never had any color. in
Well, I
his
was a
hair.
towhead when I was a kid.
Yeah, so was I. Just pale white hair.
Well, it looks like we've got plenty of
Well, I
tow.
bet y'all will have a shirt done before the day's over with.
Oh yeah, right. Dream on. I don't weave. Well, that's a when I retire project.
We have sheep on our.
Well, yeah, I'm a knitter
Sheep
and a
and goats.
spinner most.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad I don't have because, as I say, I spin backwards of a righty, even though I am a righty. Who knows?
This is a distaff.
This is a disc
Right here.
staff, and you tie the. And back in the old days, a green string meant you were married, and a red string meant you were not. So, available suitors would know.
Uh-huh.
Tell at a glance.
Tell at a glance.
Color coding
Yeah, we be color
for
coded.
courting. Color coded
Color
courting.
coded for courting, man. I don't spin on this wheel as often, so I don't fly like I do on the other wheel. But
Has kind of a soothing quality to the sound of the wheel,
Yes.
doesn't it?
comforting repetitive movements.
She spins all the time at the house.
Oh yeah, no, I do. I spin and,
and
I
this
knit
is-
socks and I sell them.
This is the end result. That's
Yeah.
the color of our sheep.
Wow.
One of them. We have
Uh-huh.
We have different shades. The
Yeah.
Shetlands.
And I wear these every day of the year.
They're not too hot in the summer.
Not for me.
They are for me, but they're not for him
Uh-huh.
apparently. I have to go barefoot in summer.
What breed goat do you have?
We have Pygoras. We started out with Angoras, which are fiber goats, but they are not meant for, they're meant for the high and the dry, and you can't keep them alive, so we bred it back against this really tough pygmy.
So I wasn't using. I was using my own machine because it would work better. Well, Joe got out the oil.
Nice.
This is like
it's
what
wonderful.
she's,
He got
Uh-huh.
it so we could put it in there.
and then this is
He's
heavier.
got a needle
Wow.
nose thing on here.
Those are really
And boy,
nice.
does it make a difference to have
Very
oil
nice.
in there.
They'll keep your hands warm.
Yeah.
Oh, oils it up.
Yeah.
There's another spinning wheel, a little bit different design. And this is the Lindsay Woolsey cloth, made from wool and linen. Here's one of the looms she used, or the type she used. And he was a shoemaker.
That was one of the things he did.
I guess this is his
He was
tools
always
here, huh?
listed as a farmer, but this is how he made his hard cash making shoes.
Uh-huh.
And she wildcrafted to make hard cash for the family. And she was known to be a really good weaver and sewer. And she probably didn't sell much of her cloth just because it took so long to make, but I'm sure her children were the envy of everyone else in the community. She had a loom with 6 petals or treadles on it, so she could do complicated patterns that most people couldn't do. Excuse me if I'm running around, I didn't get this set up this morning, we're getting ready for Brinegar Day tomorrow.
You're gonna have some tough duty tomorrow.
I think everything's falling into place.
Well, that's good, I hope so.
Yeah, so it will be fine. I just will have another late night here, I think, but that's okay.
This is the shuttle. Loom shuttle. And the back room was the kitchen and the parents' bedroom.
But the 2 girls, Alice and Rennie, shared a rope bed together.
And notice they got the ropes on there.
Ended up with his home.
Sleep tight.
But then after Caroline moved out, when the construction noise got too much for her, after she
Look at this
her
crooked broom handle.
Homer, one of 2 that was raised in the house, moved in with his 5 children. But and then we had
And this right here, I think, was for making bread.
a girl
And if you can see it or not, man, it's huge. It's carved out of a log. This is the kids' bedroom. The upstairs. Boy, can you imagine how cold it was up here? You see the logs, how they made the logs.